Morning you guys, it's Karen and I'm here to do the Ordinary skincare favourites, and I'm also doing a little giveaway, so I'll give you details at the end about that. I haven't put these in any order, and actually there are many more aside from this list of products from The Ordinary that I like and use. And I don't even have all of the ones on this list, but I have definitely used them all. I've used a lot of Ordinary products over the years. So let me just get stuck in. I've got two products that are kind of in the same category of antioxidants. One is the EUK and one is the Resveratrol and Ferulic acid, and I love both of these. This one, the Resveratrol and Ferulic acid, is empty, and this one I didn't purchased that long ago. I like both of them, but you can't use EUK before using vitamin C. So I tend to use this one when I'm using a vitamin C in the morning. I'm always changing up my routine, and so I tend to just use one or other of these, and then when this one runs out I will probably buy the Resveratrol and Ferulic acid and use that one. But I love the fact that they feel oily, they feel really nourishing, they feel a little bit warming on me. These are just extras for me. They're kind of bonuses in my skincare. They're not anything that is essential. It's just a kind of luxury part of my routine, if you like. And I don't know whether or not I believe that antioxidants are doing that much, but I'm happy to have them in my routine because they may well be. The Glycolic Acid Toner is something that I love from The Ordinary, and I haven't had that for a while either, but I would really like to buy it again. It is my favourite toner. I'm currently using up the Inculist PHA toner, and I've had a few others that I've been trying, like I had the number 7 acid pads, but out of all of them, the Ordinary Glycolic Toner 7% I think is my favourite, and that's the one I'd like to repurchase. For the oils department, there's many that I love, but I would say my number one favourite is the Sea Buckthorn. The only thing I don't like about it is how orange it is. It's very, very orange, and it has stained pillowcases that I thought it just washed out of. It's washed out of a few of them and others not so much, so it's definitely one that stains, but I do love how it makes my skin feel. I also love the Borage Oil, so I've bought these two recently, and if I don't want to stain anything I use the Borage Oil. This one is a bit thicker than the Sea Buckthorn, but doesn't have any kind of colour in it. And I also love the Rosehip, but I haven't bought this for years. I've got many, many oils to use up, but it's definitely one I would repurchase. In the vitamin C range, I have used their Ethylated Vitamin C and really enjoyed that. That's one that I would repurchase for sure. And this is the vitamin C suspension. Oh, this is actually the 23%, but it's normally the 30% that I buy, and that's the one that's my favourite. The 23 just stings my skin, but the 30%, I absolutely love it. It really transformed my visible pores on my face and has been a permanent transformation, not just when I use that vitamin C, because it is in silicone, and so I did for a while think, is it just the silicone, you know, when I put it on, but the effect has lasted. So I really enjoy the vitamin C, 30% in silicone, and I do have a tube somewhere. I've just obviously picked up the wrong tube. Oh, still on vitamin C, actually, I do also like the Magnesium Ascorbyl Phosphate. It's a vitamin C derivative, but that's a really nice feeling serum. I just really enjoyed using that. And so if you want to use a derivative, I do enjoy using a derivative sometimes, just because you then don't have to worry about not using it with, say, the EUK. You know, you can layer it and not worry about it, and I really like that, the MAP serum. I didn't have any luck with the retinols from The Ordinary. They really made my skin in a bad state. The retinoids are not they're retinoid esters. They are gram-active retinoids, but I do really enjoy and would probably repurchase the Retinoid Emulsion, not the one in squalane. I don't like their squalane, and I don't like their retinol in squalane or retinoid in squalane, but I do like the Retinoid Emulsion, which I think is only 2%, but I found that a really nice milky serum that I loved the feeling on my skin. The jury's still out on whether the ingredient does anything. And then the SPF, I love their SPF 30. Again, I don't have it at the moment just because I'm trying out other SPFs, and the only downside to there's two downsides to their SPF for me. The SPF 30 is the one that I use. One downside is, although it doesn't leave a white cast, it has a kind of grey tinge to it, which I'm not sure if that has happened over time, because I didn't notice it at the beginning, and I've noticed it with a couple of tubes now. I've used it for a while and then thought, this is making me look a bit grey. So it may be that there is a very slight white cast that just, to me, is making me look a bit dull. But I mean, I put makeup on top of it, so it doesn't really matter. The second problem I have with it is that it makes my skin feel tight. It's not very moisturizing, and so if you are going to buy the SPF 30, I would, and you've got dry skin, you probably need something to go underneath it. I use vitamin C, not the silicone one, like I'll use the ethyl vitamin C, any of the ones that are warm in the UK, the resveratrol and ferulic acid. They seem to stop my skin feeling tight underneath the SPF. I'll use the amino acids from The Ordinary. There's several things I use underneath to help avoid that tight feeling. That's everything on my list here. Other than there's a couple of things here in the giveaway items that I'll talk about. So there's 4 items that I'm just giving away as one giveaway. The first thing on the list is the salicylic acid 2% mask. This isn't something that is a favourite of mine for me to use, but that's because I have never got along with salicylic acid, unfortunately. It's just not been, it should be an ingredient that works for me, but it just has never done much for me. But I do think that this is a good product, and it is one I would recommend. So that's the 2% mask. The niacinamide 10% and zinc 1%. I have used this. I've bought a couple of these bottles because I like niacin as an ingredient. It's something I want in my routine. This is a good formulation, but I do find that it peels on me if I use it with oil particularly. So that's the niacinamide. Then there is the buffet serum. I have got at least another one of these, possibly 2. Peptides are another thing that I don't know how much they're doing for me, but they are moisturizing if nothing else, and I like the mix that is in the buffet. I think that's a really potent mix without any nasties in, so that's a great one. And then lastly is the lactic acid 10% plus hyaluronic acid. This is one of my favorites from The Ordinary. I love the lactic acid. If you've got any kind of dry skin, dry flaky skin, this will sort you right out. And actually all of these ingredients are, let me think, yeah, they're all great anti-aging ingredients, but they're also, the niacinamide, the salicylic acid would be good for kind of blemish prone skin and skin that's been scarred, things like that. So those 4 are included in the giveaway. Obviously I'd like you to be a subscriber of this channel, but more importantly is if you could go over to one of my other social medias. The reason that I'm doing this is I've had a YouTube lifelong fear that my channel will suddenly be shut down, because it happened to somebody I know and she was devastated, and I would be really devastated if my channel was shut down. And at the moment, if you are a YouTuber, you'll be aware there's these spam emails coming out saying that it's an email coming out saying that you've got spam content on your channel and to click on the link. And I think then somebody takes over your YouTube channel, but you can't, there's no way you can get it back. And I think that happened to Lisa D1 with her Instagram. So I feel like it would be good if people were not just on YouTube and were aware of where else I was, because I also, like to communicate things. If I'm sick or something like that, I communicate a lot through Facebook and Instagram. So if you could like my Facebook page or my Instagram, or even go over on Patreon. You don't have to actually pay anything. You can just go over onto Patreon. There are a few like free posts on there, and I do put information on there. I'll leave details of the giveaway on Instagram and Facebook, and so if you just go and leave a comment on those posts and subscribe, then I will know that you are entering the giveaway, and then I'll put them all into a random generator thing and take it from there. That's everything for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed that, and I'll speak to you soon.